Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So, are you ready for Bitcoin's next move? We got that catalyst we were looking for yesterday. One company is saving the entire market. And that one company is Nvidia. So, let's talk about it. Also talk about the jobs report, which wasn't so good, but is also helping things today. And everything else that's going on in the world. All right, let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Starting out the day, 91.4. Okay, obviously a little bit better than last night when we were falling to like 88,000. And then we got pushed right back up because of Nvidia. And now things are looking much better, although Bitcoin is still down versus where it was like 2 weeks ago, but it's definitely a start because it was looking pretty bearish over the last week or so, right? At least the sentiment was from many. Not me though, but yeah, so now we got something good to pull it back. You could see right away, today Dow's up almost 600. NASDAQ is almost up 500. This is like 2 minutes after market bell. And as expected, Nvidia is up hugely. AI's up. Crypto-related stocks are up. Everything green right now, which is good. First things first, let's talk about the delayed September report and unemployment. Unemployment jumped to 4.4%. It was expected to stay at 4.3%, so that's not good. The September report shows U.S. added more jobs. However, they revised August downwards, and we didn't get October. So overall, this was not a good jobs report. We're still missing data from October. But what people are concentrating on is this unemployment ticking upwards, which of course isn't good, but should be good in terms of helping increase the chance of a rate cut in December, which right now has climbed back up to 40%, but we really need to see that go above 50%. So that actually helped things. Actually, the jobs report after coming out actually pushed the market, the pre-market numbers higher. And then, of course, you got Nvidia that is unstoppable as expected. They sold out every single chip they had. And their earnings, revenue, profits off the charts. Jensen squashed this notion that they're in the AI bubble. They sold everything they manufactured. And this quarter, they're estimated to generate $65 billion in revenue, which is like a 64% year-over-year gain. It's incredible. And all of this is happening while having basically nothing being shipped to China. If that gets worked out, pretty much the numbers would double. But that's how incredible all the numbers are. Jensen's basically leading this company the right way, and that is why they are the biggest company on the planet. And because of their earnings, now look at today, just one company's earnings is lifting up the entire US market and crypto market along with it. That's how incredible it is, right? So you don't bet against some of these guys. Like Michael Burry, 80% of his portfolio, mostly in Palantir, but 80% of his portfolio is shorting Palantir Nvidia. I'm pretty sure it's not looking too good today. I don't even know how this is around because I thought he closed his fund. I thought he closed his company. So I don't even know. I guess he left his positions open. Sometimes you just gotta use your logic, right? Like, there's no guessing. You just use logic. The AMD has no Nvidia has no competition, and and they have spectacular numbers, and they're led by a brilliant genius CEO. I mean, what else? What else do you want? All right. Outside these things, there's also reports that this war may be ending, that Russia and US have a secret peace plan, and Ukraine is under pressure to accept it. So who knows? Who knows if this goes through? If so, ending the war would obviously be good, but maybe not so good for Ukraine. I don't know, but this also came out recently. We'll see what that entails soon. All right, moving to more Bitcoin-related stuff outside of geopolitical macro stuff. ETF inflow yesterday, it reversed. It reversed, and yesterday, see, the thing is, sometimes it's the opposite of what you think. Yesterday, markets were not good. Bitcoin was sliding down, yet the inflow turned positive. Just the day before, we had a massive, massive outflow from BlackRock, and you figure maybe that's a trend. No, yesterday actually turned positive, and Grayscale actually took in too. So overall, we had a positive day of 75 million. Not the strongest day, but again, that could tell you something, that even some on Wall Street or the mega whales or whoever are starting to load up because they feel like, hey, it's just too attractive at this point not to. Ethereum, not so much, had a $37 million outflow day, but Solana had one of its greatest days ever since the beginning, almost a $50 million inflow. So obviously there is interest in Solana, and they haven't had an outflow day so far. So good. It's very good. What else is there? Simon from Metaplanet basically copying strategy exactly. So he is going to come out with Mercury, which is a new preferred equity, preferred shares, and you get a dividend, and you convert it to Metaplanet stock, and they're raising like 100-something million, 150 million. And of course, they're doing this to buy more Bitcoin. So, I mean, I don't know how Saylor feels about this. I know Saylor does like people to start Bitcoin treasuries and follow in his footsteps, but like Metaplanet is following like exactly the same, one for one. So I don't know how he feels about being copied like that. Maybe he doesn't mind. Maybe he's the one who convinced Simon to do it. Who knows? But now we have two companies that are doing the same thing, that just keeps launching preferred shares now to raise more money to buy more Bitcoin. I guess it's good for Bitcoiners overall. And Saylor, of course, says that they're going to accelerate their buying, and people will be pleasantly surprised. So, of course, Saylor's never going to back down. A lot of FUD around strategy recently, but Saylor is ignoring all that and saying, I don't care. I'm going to buy more. But I'm waiting to see if he's going to debate Peter Schiff, though. That would be interesting, because Peter Schiff is no longer wanting to debate him about Bitcoin, wants to debate him about his company and what he's doing with all the preferred shares. So that'll be interesting. I don't know if he's going to accept that, but we'll see. We'll see. What else? You got this other Japanese company, Anap Holdings. Anap. They purchased another 20 Bitcoin. Overall, they hold 1,100 Bitcoin. That's quite a lot. They're number 46 on the Bitcoin 100 ranking. So again, the fundamentals of Bitcoin continues to grow, right? And part of that is just all these companies public trade companies and institutions adopting and buying, and that didn't stop. That didn't stop. So despite the price being lower, the buying continues. And I have some charts to show you guys that show a reversal is coming or is here already. Okay, let's start those. Like, for example, whale transactions have increased dramatically over the last few weeks. 103,000 whale transactions, over 100K, 29,000 transactions exceeding 1 million. And normally speaking, when you have a ton of whale activity, that means you get that reversal, that bottom and reversal. Sentiment says you go from dumping to accumulating. Here's something else. Bitfinex, which used to be like the biggest exchange for people to trade futures with, but they're still pretty big, large volume. You could see here, whenever, the green you could see, whenever there are massive amount of longs, that's usually when a reversal happens. Look at the last time this happened. Look at the last time when the longs were just high. It was when Bitcoin fell down to 73,000. That's when the whales loaded up on their longs. It happened when back in 2024, right around September, October timeframe too. So it's looking very similar. There are a lot of whales, and you can see even Wall Street. I showed you the ETF turning positive. There are definitely a lot on Wall Street and Bitcoin whales that's preparing for the turnaround. They may know something, or they may be part of the turnaround. You just don't know. But they are definitely loading up. Here's something else too. Here's a capitulation metric. I don't know how this measures capitulation. Maybe how many people sold at a loss or something like that. But again, whenever this metric is sky high, that's when we turn around, right? And it has never been higher than now. And again, the last time this spiked was back in March and April, when Bitcoin fell to 74,000. It is higher now than even then. And of course, a lot of other things I've shown, like, for example, RSI, fear level, shows that we are basically at the same point as April. These are all signals. A lot of signals. Okay? And here's the final one. Again, comparing us to April. So a lot of people may be new or are very fearful. They're like, oh, we have never seen this before. We're entering a bear market. The same thing was said earlier this year when we fell down 32% from the top. We hit 109. I remember that. I was actually at a Miami Heat game, I believe. Well, that's when we broke 100. I think, yeah, we did hit 109. But whatever, then we fell back down to 70-something thousand. And people were calling the same thing. Is the bull run over? Do we enter crypto winter? Are we sliding down more? And you know what? After it was done, we recovered back up and went and formed a new high. So it's not like we haven't seen this before. It's actually like almost the same kind of pattern. So it's not over, guys. It's not over. The reversal, all these indicators and metrics and the growing fundamentals show that it is not over. We are going to reverse back up, and we may have to wait until 2026, but we still got a month and a half left for things to turn around in a big way. Nvidia helped us today, but there are a lot more things coming. A lot more things coming. And then I saw this too. Circle just minted 500 million USDC. Okay. normally speaking, they don't just mint stables for no reason. It's because people put in the money for them to do that. So again, another signal, another sign that whales are coming in or getting ready to buy. Tom Lee also said that too. Tom Lee, I showed you guys this interview yesterday, but basically Tom Lee is like, yeah, I think it's going to, the bottom will be this week. And he even said something yesterday that I quoted. Basically, he was saying that he believes that maybe one or two market makers are filling a hole because they lost a lot of money. And that's why the market seems like it's so suppressed. Why there's so many liquidations. And it makes total sense. It's been what I've been saying. There's like a group or entity that's been holding us back, right? And it makes you wonder who that one market maker is, who has that much sway and power over the entire crypto market. Someone that I've mentioned before, the largest exchange on the planet, trying to fill a hole. Yeah, even Tom Lee recognizes that. All right, that's it. US market is still pretty green. Coinbase turned red. Strategy barely clinging on. Nvidia is still doing very well. Today is like AI day, I think. All right. Let's do some Q&A. Clash recovering nicely. 35 million. Another tournament, big tournament tomorrow. I showed off last night. We got fancy new accounts for all participants, players, spectators. Very easy to join, very easy to win. Massive prizes for spectating, for playing, and we have big progress with our Clash Picks prediction market platform. That is going to be a game changer. So you guys don't want to miss out. I'm surprised how little of you guys actually join the night streams. You still tune in to the night videos, but like barely any of you guys are joining my night stream with Clash, and that's surprising and disappointing at the same time. Again, just because it's on another channel doesn't mean that you guys can't join. It's just like surprising how many of you guys are not in Discord too, and somehow like people are surprised I have a Discord. $194 for Nvidia. Last week or 2 weeks ago hit 210. So still off, but a good start. Broadcom, huge jump. They're actually near their all-time high. So good for them. Robinhood, not so much. Coinbase and MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy shares are hurting, man. They're all the way back down to September 2024 levels or October. I'm 56-year-old. I'm not into gaming. Hey, if you're into crypto, then you should be into it, because it's not just me playing Clash Royale for no reason. It's because of the Clash project, which I am leading and I am building, and it is one of the best projects out there. I don't even think there's any Web3 game projects that are doing better than us. So if you're watching me right now and you're in crypto and you want to learn how to make money and you want to invest in good projects, well, then why would you not be interested in the project that I've started? Think about that. Anthony, no. I would not be involved with any token sale right now. A lot of people keep asking about this Monad token sale. You know it's going to be oversubscribed. People are going to like try to FOMO in because it's like the first ICO from Coinbase or whatever. But look at all these like very famous launches that we've had in recent times. They all done horribly afterwards. So yeah. So I won't be getting involved, and that's that. It's supposed to be some new L1, some really fast and good L1, as if we don't have those already. Am I guilt tripping? Yeah. Yeah, in a way. Is the bull market over? No, it is not. It is not. By the way, I think a lot of you guys don't follow me on X either. You should. Almost at 300,000 subscribers. But what I want to show you is the Clash X and the Gleam giveaway. There's only 9 days left. We got 6,000 something entries. It's not too late to participate. All right. One winner will win over $1,000. One grand prize winner. And then 5 other winners will win 1 soul. And then 1 winner will win a T3 NFT. Okay? And all you have to do is follow our socials, join our Discord. If you tune in to night streams, you could actually try to get the secret code, which a lot of people have been doing. And you can refer friends to Clash as well. Very simple things. And don't let the entries fool you, because a lot of this is bots, which I removed. So it's actually a lot less. So your chance of winning is actually a lot higher than what that says. But you guys should all participate in this. It's on the Clash's X page, pinned to the top. Man, we need more action with the alts. But I do think Sol is being helped a little bit, slightly, by the ETFs. The ETFs now, there's like 5 ETFs, 4 ETFs for Sol. Yeah, 5 of them. And yesterday was a pretty good 50 million inflow. So I think it's starting to have a little effect. Are we going to have an alt season this cycle? Yes. But this cycle may extend well into 2026 and keep going. So you may have to wait longer. How's Nvidia earning going to say Bitcoin correlation is just not there? Did you notice that the reason why Bitcoin turned around from 88, the exact point of the turnaround was after Nvidia earnings? It's indirect, but if the US market does well and traders go from risk off assets to risk on assets, part of that shift is moving to Bitcoin. Think about it. When everyone's fearful and markets are in red, no one's buying Bitcoin and crypto. But when things are green and people are feeling good and they're selling off their gold and silver and US Treasury bonds, what are they buying? Stocks, tech, AI, crypto. That's the correlation. It's not a direct correlation. It's not a direct one-to-one direction correlation, but there is definitely a correlation. Can we do a tournament where someone wins my Ferrari? Sure. If Clash gets to 1 billion, you guys help me do that, then I could certainly do that. But don't ask me to do it when you're not helping, contributing to the growth of Clash. Roberto, it's the very first pinned tweet on here. You can't. If you can navigate to this, then you can see it. It's right there. Clash giveaway. Very first tweet. In fact, I'll just make it easy for you guys since so many of you guys can't find links or navigate. I'm just going to pin it to the live chat. And you guys should all subscribe. Too bad. I don't have any screenshots of the prediction market with me on this computer, but it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome for sure. How did Soul, how did you become a mod? I don't even know who you are, and somehow you have a wrench. Well, I removed it. Not that you're bad or anything, but I'm like, I don't have a lot of mods in this channel. Where do you come from? Josh, yeah, I have no idea. Maybe he was a mod a very long time ago or something. There's another one. MF Jones. Oh, you change up names. Yeah, okay, I know you. Okay. I'm like, where are these random mods coming from? Lazaro. Hey George, I bought only Bitcoin at 21K. I'm tempted to put half on Clash. I'm like 16x on Clash. I don't know if I'm being too greedy. Your thoughts? Well, you know, you're gonna get a biased answer from me, obviously, because I created Clash. But I will just tell you this, and people in Discord know, and people that tune in my live streams at night know. I spend all day, every day, working on improving Clash. Okay, it's like my passion project, and it's something that I really want to succeed. Now, whether it truly gets to a billion, I don't know if I can make that happen, but I'm gonna try. And every week, there's been continuous improvement in terms of something. Yesterday, the accounts were pretty much created. For some of you guys, you may not think that's a big deal, but for people that's been playing in tournaments, it's been like hard. People don't know where to go. People don't know how to sign up. People don't know how to get a link. People don't know if they got giveaways. People don't know a lot of stuff. Now it's all integrated into accounts that's very easy to navigate, very easy to understand. And that took like a week to do, over a week. A lot of mods to do that. And now we're working on Clash Picks, which is our prediction market platform. And we're going to integrate that as well into our tournaments and even for just general things. And we may even open it up so that you can make bets on predictions with even Sol. And we could become the biggest prediction marketplace on top of Solana, because right now there isn't any. So these are things I'm working on every single day. So that's my answer. So you decide what you want to do with that. And plus, you know, still talking to exchanges and stuff. But I know a lot of people put too much faith in that. Like I've talked to Kraken, talked to OKX, talked to a lot of these exchanges. But exchange listings aren't going to do anything unless you're building and growing. You got to grow your base. You got to have a good product. There's no other community project that's doing anything close to what we're doing. None. So we have a leg up on everyone. And a leg up because I am who I am too. Crypto plebs. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Ron Paul, I remember you. I know you've been here for a long time. I just don't recognize that soul guy. And normally speaking, I don't see you guys, a lot of you mods. Maybe you're just lurking in the background, and that's fine. But normally I don't see a lot of wrenches. Man, Broadcom is even doing better than Nvidia today. Up almost 6%. Nvidia 4.5%. Hood up 2.3%. Well, I just realized my my camera's blocking things. Dylan says, George, I had a friend show me Hedera yesterday. It looks like a decent L1. I know nothing about it. Yeah, they're a decent L1. Founded by good people. They have a good console of like tech companies. Like they almost have like a cabal, sort of. So you could question whether or not they're truly decentralized. But they're American based. They have their own ETF now, And, you know, they're a decent project. Just I don't hear a lot of dApps or anything running on top of them. You know, I don't think they even have a big DEX or DeFi ecosystem. Karate Combat is on top of Hedera, but they're not doing very well either. So they're decent. I'll just say they're decent. JL Molly, you play predictions on Polymarket or Robinhood? It's a big thing. I don't know if you guys paid attention. Prediction market is the next big thing. Coinbase is coming out with their own. Robinhood already has theirs. Obviously, Polymarket's doing well. That's why I'm so enthusiastic about Clash picks. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be very simple for anyone to participate. They'll be free. You can participate for free. You can make bets for free. It's going to be the only platform where you can actually make bets for free and still be rewarded, because there'll be weekly prizes for the leaderboard winners of even free bets, basically. And then, of course, you can also bet with Clash. And we'll probably open up where some of the predictions are in Sol or USDC or something like that. I'm really excited about it. We could do so many things with it. Waiting for October jobs report. Did the percentages move while I streamed? Yeah, it went up 44%. Today's jobs report, mostly, this is like the headline right here. Not so much the September numbers. It's really the unemployment went up 4.4%. And that is based in October. I mean, September. So October could be even higher. So the worse the numbers are, the higher this goes. And we definitely want a rate cut in December. Steve, you come out with a video every single day and you tell me how easy it is to come up with new titles. New catchy titles, okay? You do it for 7 years and you come back to me and tell me how easy it is. Reckless says, the only thing being cut is the number of wrenches. Actually, it's been 8 years. Not even 7 years. It's been 8 years. Better to bet with Sol than Clash on prediction platform. Well, it depends. It depends. We still want to make Clash the focus, but it's okay if we open up to Sol because there's more people that have Sol. And there'll be a percentage of the fees, or a percentage of each pool will be taken out as fees, and that'll be converted to Clash and be put into Treasury. So regardless, it's going to help Clash. But I think I'm going to set the fees higher with Sol versus Clash. So there's still some benefits to using Clash, right? But I think the idea is to try to make it as inclusive as possible. So people that don't want to use real crypto could use our fake currency and the one that lives within the platform and bet for free, basically. They're given that. But also people that do want to use their own crypto, they can. Clarkson, why would I tell you that? That's like asking me how much money do you have or how much Bitcoin do you have? Why would I answer that? In fact, you're just getting banned from the channel because you're being a fucking retard. Pepperoni Jabroni, I already answered that. I'm staying away from the Monad ICO. Ian asks, if someone comes to your house and asks you, hey, how much money do you make? Is that an appropriate answer or a question? You happy to answer that for people? Strangers that come into your house? You know, people have no etiquette. See, is that how you say it? Etiquette? Sometimes they feel like because they watch you, you're obligated to tell them everything about your life. I'm happy to share things I want to share, but there are limits, especially in crypto. You don't want to reveal too much. I mean, it's, you know, as a safety thing too. You don't want to reveal too much. That's why before people would say, oh, this is how much crypto I have. I tell people, don't say publicly how much you have. What kind of truck did Josh end up buying? Well, you could ask him yourself. But he shared it in the car channel in Discord, but you know, maybe he wants to keep that secret. But it's a badass truck. That's all I can say. Way too loud, but it's a badass truck. Have I done a behind the back 3 in my gym? No. No, I have not. I bought a exercise bike, like a gym bike, because normally when I go to a gym, I only just ride a bike to do cardio. So I decided to just buy a bike for my house. And the seat is not the same. I like biking, but the seat is very uncomfortable. So I have to do something about that. All right, guys. That is it. Nvidia leading the way today. Nvidia and Clash leading the way, I should say. We'll see what happens. Besides Nvidia, there are other things at play, obviously, right? I talk about the fundamentals every single day. I talk about these charts now that show that whale activity is increasing. And that's usually a signal for a reversal. So stay strong, my friends. I'll see you guys later tonight. All right. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Have a good one, guys.